Welcome back to the Soviet Union. It's basically the same map, just a whole lot more buildings. Just wanted to have a quick bolt action game. I kind of want to do that in between every chain of command game in the campaign. These will have no bearing on the campaign at all. These are just little fun little things that I'm just going to enjoy the hell out of, because bolt action is a freaking amazing system. Haven't played in a while, a little bit rusty, but we're going to do a little 1,000-point affair here in 1944. Both sides are going to be coming off table. It's going to be just not symbolic, whatever the hell it is. It's just going to be a mission where both sides are moving forward toward a village, and they kind of arrive there at the same time. The objective is going to be to control this intersection here in front of the church. 7 rounds, excuse me. Every unit with over 4 guys in it, at the end of turn 7, that's within 12 inches of the square, or 12 inches of that center intersection, is going to get a point. And that's going to determine who wins this little fight. So I've got some big buildings in here, a lot of good Charlie Foxtrot stuff. We've got some good, I don't even know who made that church and this other one over here. But and they've got some foreground stuff, but they are, of course, no longer with us. They've kind of ventured off somewhere else. But yeah, should be good. Got a church. Oh, this is actually one of the new Perry miniatures. Not new, but it's new to me. I just built it yesterday. I think it's a medieval house. I'm just kind of turning it into the vicar's house here, like a rectory for the church. A little fence around it and some static grass. Nothing exciting. This is going to serve as an inn for this affair instead of being a huge southern mansion. And then we've got the people keeping their horses across the way, and just some fields, a lot of fields, a lot of little stone walls, little wooden fences. Most of the battle should take place in the center here. No tanks involved, just infantry with some support weapons. Got some machine guns and mortars. And yeah, just a little way to get me back into it and have some fun in the meantime. So 1,000 points. The Russians are like 985. I think they're, is it 900? Hang on. Russians are 11 order dice, 985 points. And the Germans have 10 order dice. I think they're like 987. So the Russians have a little bit of an advantage. But that's minuscule in bolt action. Just a little flick of the dice in the wrong direction, it's all over. So yeah, both sides will be coming on. They'll have to pass their little -1 check to come on, and moving towards the town to blow each other up. So should be good, and yeah, enjoy. Quick look at the Soviets. 5 LMG squads and 1 inexperienced rifle squad. They've got a Vickers medium machine gun. They've got a medic. They've got like a captain with 2 adjutants or 2 assistants. Then you've got your first lieutenant with 2 assistants, and you've got a 82 millimeter mortar, which is a medium mortar, with a spotter and a 3-man crew on that one. Germans are also, for the most part, regular infantry. Here, grenadier squads. Got a mix of rifles, SMGs, and assault rifles. 5 squads, all regulars. They do have MG42s in all of them. Just 1 each with a loader. Got a captain, who's the captain and the first lieutenant are both veteran. Everybody else is regular. Medic, MG42. 81 millimeter mortar, or is it I don't know what the size, I think it is 81 millimeter. Maybe it's an 80 millimeter the Germans use. I knew half an hour ago, and now it's gone, and a spotter. So that's it. So they've got 10 order dice, 974 points. Germans can come in anywhere on this board edge between the 2 deployment points, and the Russians have the very similar layout, just a little bit farther to the right. And there you go. They can come in anywhere in between those 2 deployment points. It's a fun little town. Should be some guys getting in buildings with the not a lot of high explosives except for the mortars. So They'll be having a hard time dropping rounds on people, so they might be able to occupy and hold. We'll see. All right, turn one. The magic purple bag. Looks like Crown Royal. What do we got? Oh yeah, Soviets starting off strike. Soviets can try to bring on one of their LMG squads. It's a -1 check. Let's see what happens. They're going to run them on the board. And they end up going down because they can't get their act together. Can't find the battlefield. They're working on it. Next dice. All right, Soviets trying to bring in their second squad. Soviet's second LMG squad comes on behind the inn. All right, we're playing bolt action. We got guys on the table. Oh, I love it. Oh, well, Germans finally get to show up. Germans going to try to bring in their medium mortar with their spotter.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
They get confused, not coming in. They're going down. Germans up again. Try to bring in this 9-man infantry squad.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
Unlike the mortar squad, German infantry, not an issue. They find their way to the battlefield, heading in towards the center, behind the church. Oh, I love it. Freaking great. All right, let's see what happens here. Oh, more Germans. They're bringing their MG42 squad, or team, sorry.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
They ran on to the little bit of left of that first here Grenadier squad, sorry. No, I was right. Here Grenadier squad to their right. All right, I got some. If they get to that wall, they might be pretty devastating. Russians bring in their next LMG squad down the gut. Those gentlemen are coming down Main Street, looking for love in all the wrong places. More Germans. Got to bring another here Grenadier squad in.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
They come on to the left of the MG42 team. All right. Germany's going to try to keep this conga line going and bring another squad in.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
Well, besides their mortar team, the Wehrmacht is rocking it. They come in the left of them. They're getting a nice push. All right, going good so far. More Soviets, yes. Going to bring their Maxim medium machine gun and 3-man crew into the center. Those guys make their commanding officer sweat a little bit, but they come on in. Another Soviet dice. Try to bring another light machine gun squad in here to the left. They can't find their commissar to scream at them. They go down. They're staying off the battlefield this turn. All right. Germany's going to try another infantry squad down the center this time, down the road.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
A communication error for the Germans, as that squad can't quite find their way to the battlefield. That NCO will be getting some talking to. Another German squad, do the same thing, just different squad. Last one. Big bless you for my wife, if you heard that. She was bringing the rafters down with that sneeze.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
They make it onto the battlefield, heading for the downtown. They've got a reservation at the inn. All right, more Russians. Russians are going to try to repeat that last order with their last LMG squad. Those guys aren't getting sent to the penal colony. They make it on the battlefield, making Stalin happy. All right. Ooh, we can actually see Germans down there. A little bit out of range, but they know they're there. Getting down to the nitty gritty here of turn one. Oh gosh. Where we got? There we go. Oh yes. German's going to try to bring in their veteran first lieutenant with his two guys.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
They come in behind the machine gun team on the right. Soviets bringing their inexperienced rifle squad on the far left. They are going to need some more political speech to get fired up. Right now they're lost. We got 3 Russian squads on, not quite got the orders yet. They're having a hard time finding the battlefield. Oh, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Another Soviet squad. The captain's going to just show them how it's done. He's coming on in the center. With his bonuses, he makes it. Got his bullhorn. He's screaming at guys. He's ready to start telling people what to do. All right. I'm rolling pretty high with those black dice. That could indicate some good shooting later on, some good killing. More Soviets. The medic going to try to come on. They're going to wait for the first lieutenant. Problems for her. She comes in behind the main push in the center here. Got her back, got a bag full of band-aids, ready to do some good for the motherland. 3 or 4 dice left. All right, Germans. Their medic is not going to get outshone. He's going to try to come in too.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
My boy is fired up. He's coming in too. Maybe they can go hand on hand against the girl, try to beat her up. She'll probably kick his butt, stab him with a heel or something. It's a good little model though, that Russian medic. I can't see her from over here, but she's pretty cool. All right. Last 2 dice, I think. Their veteran captain coming onto the battlefield. I think he has to roll basically a foo bar not to come in. I think he even comes in for that. That's hilarious. All right. Let's see what happens. Been enough points to come on, but I think a foo bar should always be a foo bar. He goes down. Pretty sure the last 2 are Soviets. Yep. Try to bring their mortar on with their forward observer. Mortar comes in behind that berm, and the forward observer taking cover up there, up on the hill. She runs up there 12 inches. Last up will be their regular first lieutenant. They come on to try to control the left side of the Russian attack. That's the end of turn 1. Got Russians coming on. They got a couple. They still have 3 full squads off the. They couldn't find their way to the battlefield. Kind of command and control issues. Still laughing that I rolled a double 6 on the veteran German captain. He must have not had the. Must have a little bit of lack of shoe polish. Wasn't ready to go out there yet. Just dusting up his uniform a little bit. Their mortar and their they have 1 squad not on the battlefield. But yeah. Gotta love bolt action. Nice and smooth. Everything happens. It's just kind of bang, bang, bang. All right. I think about turn 3 is going to be a bloodbath. All right. Let's start turn 2 with the Russians. I'm going to try to bring on one of their squads that failed in the first turn. They're able to find their way to the battlefield. They come into the center to kind of get ready for that big Russian human wave attack. I'm sure I'll plan on doing a little bit here. I bet they're psyched up for that. Mass casualties, baby. All right. All right, next up is, more Russians, sweet. Bring in their last rifle squad here, or sorry, light machine gun squad. They're going to be the flanking unit. They're on the far right side of the Russian line. kind of little diagonal coming in off the deployment zone. Yeah, they'll be engaging quick. Germans showing up. They're going to try to bring in their last squad here.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
They almost didn't make it onto the battlefield, but they come up on the far left of the German line to kind of counter the Russians that are coming on that flank. So Germans have all of their infantry squads on the battlefield, just lacking their mortar support and their captain, who's still polishing his boots. He's ready though, I hope. All right, more Russian stuff. All right, these guys are going to try to move into that gap there. It might take some fire, but then they'll be able to either go into a house or start bringing it. I changed my mind, and the entire Russian unit went through that back door into the inn, and they've occupied the first floor. We've got 2 men per window and 1 guy out the door, and they're looking for trouble. All right, here we go, here we go. Ooh, more Germans. I'm going to advance this unit up to the left here behind that fence, and then open fire at the unit in the bottom floor of the inn. They line up behind that little fence there. Get a little bit of cover. Let's see what they can do. Doing some shooting already. I'm excited. Street fighting. Let's take them, baby. I love it. Get it, son. A little noob mistake there. Basically, it's about 30 inches away. I forgot rifles only have a range of 24, so only the light machine gun could fire, and it was going to need like 14s to hit. Between moving, long range, and hard cover, yeah. So they just moved up, and they 6 inches to get to the obstacle there, and they're basically they'll be ready to go for next turn. But there's no point shooting really. Yeah, I guess I can. I guess there's no price for you don't run out of ammunition or anything. So they're going to go ahead and fire the light machine gun, needing 7s to hit. One possible from that machine gun. Oh, he's the little engine that could. At least he's going to put a 1 pin marker on that unit. It's going to need a 4+ to smoke a fool. I gotta apologize to all the doubters. I know what's one of them, but they kill one guy and put a shock on that unit. More German stuff. This unit's gonna try to run forward into that gap there. Oh, the Germans are filtering their way into town, looking for Russians. There's a view of that squad from the other side. Nice. Russian time. We're gonna move their medium machine gun over to there to cover this whole area for the rest of the game. Digging in between buildings. Good line of fire once they're loading up right now and getting on that bipod. It's gonna be tough to dig out of there. More Russian stuff, awesome. This unit's gonna run up to there, to the left of the building. Silly me, that unit already came in. Gonna go ahead and move this unit up. They went ahead and ran into this building. They've got a couple guys on the top floor, and they've got a couple guys on the bottom floor, and they're digging in. More German stuff. I'm gonna try to bring in their medium mortar team with spotter.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
They come on. Spotter makes a nice little perch up here on top of the hill. He's got eyes on the inn. Mortar's behind the berm. Probably start dropping rounds onto that inn. And Russians left abandoned ship as the shells start exploding on the different floors. All right, more Russian time. I'm gonna try to bring in their inexperienced rifle squad on their far left flank. Oh yeah, they run onto the battlefield. The Russians are fully deployed now. Looking good. Germans gonna go ahead and try to bring in their captain.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
He comes in over here on the left flank to basically take over command of this bad boy. Trying to get a centralized location. Letting his first lieutenant gonna run the show to the right here. Germans are fully deployed on the battlefield now as well. Everyone's on the field. Alright, more Russian stuff. First lieutenant's gonna do a snap 2, order himself, the medic, and this rifle squad up to that wall. I'll see what the mortars and machine guns do to them, but they're getting in there. I like it. I think they might have a little bit of a jump on the German forces. Where's the other squad? Oh, there they are. These guys need to get caught up. They're going to be a little bit behind because of the 3 squads that failed their orders on the beginning, but they're getting there. It'll be brutal by the end. Germans. German officer snapped to the MG42 team, moved up to the fence, moved up his own 3-man team and this squad. They're on the outside of the church gardens here, getting ready to open up. That'll be the far right for the Germans. Getting down to the nitty gritty. Alright, Russians. Captain moved forward to the right here. He's got his bullhorn out, screaming at these guys in the building, try to reestablish some confidence. Alright, more Russian dice. Russian mortar spotter moved up behind those trees, trying to get a good firing solution on downtown. Germans? Russian medic moved up here. German medic moved up here, next behind the church. Just trying to be there. I'll be there. Trying to be there for them when they start getting smoked. And we got 1 dice left. I think it's the German. Yep. Final German infantry squad stacked up behind the stables, just preparing for the inevitable assault into the downtown. Oh yeah, it's gonna get crazy. All right, from the Reaper drone feed high above the battlefield, so Germans moving in onto town from the left side. Really got a good foothold here in the center. Still got room to come forward. Not sure if it's the best idea. This is the end of the hard cover besides some buildings, which are always a blast when there's a mortar team on the battlefield. I'll swing over here. Kind of get a view. Russian inexperienced rifle squad now on the battlefield. My copy's on the battlefield. Got the Russian 82mm mortar back there as their spotter advances. Got guys all in here, got men in the buildings. And they're starting to going to push the flank with these guys, but I don't know, there sure is a lot of Germans over here, so maybe not push the flanks too far here. All right, that is turn 2 in the books. We'll see you in turn 3, baby. Start that turn 3 action with some German action. All right, Germans breaking out the mortar. First things first, they're gonna fire on the in. See if they hit. Boom, baby. Oh, great German forward observing techniques. They land around, they hit the building. Let's see where it detonates. So it goes through the attic. It's on the 2nd floor. Let's see if it detonates there. It goes to the bottom floor and detonates where all the troops are. I should have given those boys the option to go down, but I think mathematically it was a 66% chance it wasn't going to blow up on the bottom floor. Squad inside takes 1d6 hits as the shell explodes inside the building. I'm with a +2 penetration. 3 guys get nailed with a +2. 3 rolls, anything but will kill. Two guys get blown away. So take D3 additional pins on top of the one they just got. Hey, that's what's left of the squad. They've got 4 pins now. That living room is a mess. Wow. All right, that's just the first dice. All right, here we go. Oh, the old Russian dice. Those guys in there are going to try to get out of the building. What a disaster. I got a rule on I don't even know what... It could be on fire for all I know. But they got this cap that is within 11 inches, so they get a +3 bonus. So it's just going to be a +1 chance pin roll to get out of the building. All right, they go down to 3 pins. They bail out of the building, and yeah, they're done. They're not going back inside. All right, another Russian dice. Experienced rifle squad runs forward 12 inches on the left flank. More Russian dice. Sneaky forward observer goes up behind that building there. Got clear line of sight down the street. She's got downtown covered now. So Germans getting those buildings are in the middle of the street. She's gonna be dropping rounds all over them. German action. German infantry squad on the far left. German flank advances up to the fence line. Keeping an eye on that little nook up there. Probably gauge those Russians as they come on through. Gonna lend support, do some leapfrogging with this other German squad. Russian action. Gotta check this range, but this Maxim can see 3 or 4 of those guys poking out behind that building there. Maxim gunner goes buck wild on the whole operation. Gonna try to chew those guys off the wall. It is at long range. They got that stone wall there, so it'll be hard cover. So it's probably gonna be 7s, but we'll see. Nope, just 6s. Here we go. Medium machine gun going ballistic. Bounces a bunch of rounds off the walls and the stone fence there. No hits. The Russian dice. Russians in that building are going to fire back at them too. At least the guys on the... I'll check some angles here. See which windows can shoot. Say the door. That side, the 2 windows. So 3 windows and a door. So that's going to be like 6... That's that 8 guys? Yeah. The guys up top will have no cover. They're going to shoot right over the top of the stone walls. Which is exactly 24 inches. 3 rifles from upstairs. 2 rifles downstairs. And then the light machine gun. Black dice are upstairs. They're going to need 4s. Green are the machine gun. And 2 rifles. They're going to need 6s for these guys. The light machine gun gets 1 bullet through. Everybody else misses like it's their job. They will get a pin on them. Let's see if we get a kill. That squad gets a pin and 1 rifleman is killed. German medium machine gun goes on ambush, just waiting for someone to move down that alleyway. Other German dice. German rifle squad, or sorry, grenadier squad that fired last turn, now advanced over the fence into the farmyard. Kind of checking out the street. Waiting for some Russians to come into target. They're using this building as cover to the left, plus they've got this squad behind them. Yeah, their backup is looking ready. Oh, more Germans. Grenadier squad advances over the fence, gets behind the next fence. They're 26 inches from that squad, but the machine gunner will put his MG42 up on the bipods on that chicken coop there and blast away. 5 shots needing 7s at these gentlemen. We've got 1 possible hit. Freaking German machine gunners are nuts. All right, man. 1 guy is hit. We got to at least get a pin on it. Killing on a 4. Just 1 pin on that squad. More German dice. German captain's going to advance along the side of this building and go into that and look out that window there. He's got his 3-man team in there, checking out the scene. Russians. Captain's going to do a snap 2 order. He's going to move himself up to against that wall, and this squad's going to move into the left of that house. Probably draw some fire, but they're going to be ready to start. To sneeze there. Woo! That was close. Nice and dusty in the basement. Here we go. All right, Russians getting ready to make a statement here, taking the intersection. Gonna dare the Germans to come after them. Captain's kind of yelling on the corner, "You guys are doing great! Good luck!" That will trigger the ambush from the MG42 though. All right, they're in light cover. He's gonna go buck wild with the bullets. 6 shots, needing 5s to hit. Holy cow, did you see that shooting? Whoa, Yahtzee, baby. 5 hits. Kills and a pin on those Russians. Another Russian dice. Medic runs around that wall, gets behind those 2 buildings next to the medium machine gun, kind of knocking on those doors. You yell at those guys, "You all right there, baby?" Trying to work his way over to or she's trying to work her way over to these guys. There's too many fences to cross. It's going to try to pass a 1-pin order, but they get the +3 from the captain of the building. They're going to advance and try to engage these guys.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
-3 from the captain that actually makes it. Whoa, that was close. Well, they come around the corner. They've got 1 SMG, looks like an assault rifle, a light machine gun, and a couple other riflemen. So we'll add it all up here in a second. SMG's in 12 inches of the target, so. Oh yeah, street fighting, love it. Coming around corners and smoking people. Got an LMG that needs 5 dice for 4 to hit. The SMG and the assault rifle are at long range, but they have the assault rule, so they need 4s to hit on 2 dice. We got 1 rifle at close range that's going to need a 4. And we have 3 more rifles that are at long range needing 5s. And I forgot to add the light cover, so all those went up 1 more. We're going to put a pin on them. They scored 3 hits. 2 kills, 2 chance for exceptionals. Exceptional damage kills the light machine gun guy. 2 guys killed, 2 shock on those guys. They've still got it's like 6 left. German medic is going to advance behind that wall right there and just be ready to lend aid when that squad starts getting shot to pieces. The German dice. This German unit moves up to the corner of the building, getting ready to set themselves up for the assault. Russian. Soviet LMG squad advance forward. They're going to fire at those guys in light cover, long range. 12 shots hitting on 5s. These guys hate each other. Friggin' 6 hits? Yeah. Wow. 3 kills, chance for an exceptional hit. Been making moves, but aggressive moves, but trying to play the odds at least. Pushing it like 5s and 6s to hit, but it's not working out with these dice tonight. That's awesome. All right, I think we got 3 dice left or something. I don't know, maybe another Russian dice. All right, Russian first lieutenant is going to snap 2 and move this himself and that squad. The bonus will have to roll a 10 or less. Well, he runs over there to the left. That squad moves behind that building, setting themselves up for an Ultra Snap 2 mega assault against that position. LMG squad, by passing the order, lost their 1 pin. This is a German. It's that first lieutenant over here. He ran down to the right, going to support this squad. You can feel the human wave attack about to come from the Russians. That's the end of turn 3. Got Germans moving up on that flank, getting shot. Russians are kind of making a turn, and they got a lot of guys behind the inn. I think they've got 2 or 3 squads in the inn area. It's going to get ugly here. The Germans are in here too. Medics are ready to go. We got machine guns going. This building's still occupied. Got an medium machine gun in there. The Germans are suddenly way outnumbered here over on the right, almost 2 to 1. As the Russians pile up for the attack. Still got a Russian squad in that building. Medium machine gun back here. Medic is tucked in there. She's ready to do some business when she can get across. These guys need some life support. And Captain's back here pointing and screaming and getting ready to get these 2 squads active. They got a lot of Germans to fight. All right, let's begin turn 4 festivities with some Russians. We're gonna try a snap 2 order with their captain. He's gonna move over to his left. Basically do an assault. No, sorry, not the assault. Do a advancing fire on those guys. He's going to order these guys to fire, and he's going to order the Maxim machine gun to fire at them. We got machine gun city. Those guys' SMGs are just in range, and then these guys' rifles are firing off. To take a -1. So they have 2 shock, but they have a +3 there, so a -1 to fire. Their orders test. They just have 1 pin now, so we'll probably do this separate. Otherwise, it's going to get really confusing. It's going to be confusing anyway for me. So we got 5 rifles needing 4s, and then 2 SMG shots needing 5s. 6 hits. They're gonna pick up a pin anyway. Let's see what needing 4s to kill. 3 kills, 2 chances for exceptional damage. Alright, the medic's right there. Those 3 casualties. They took out the LMG too. Let's see if the medic can bring anybody back to life. Oh yeah, the medic, baby! Saving lives. Freaking, that's awesome, baby. Saves 1 guy. They still lose 2. They did lose their LMG, but one of them has been resurrected. Oh! Alright, 5 shots from the Maxim. Firing across the stone wall in hard cover, needing 6s. He just hammers away on the stones. Nothing hits, and then you've got these 2 machine guns at long range firing over the wall. They assaulted, so they'll need 6s. So they advanced, sorry, they'll need 6s as well. Alright, the Germans survived for the most part. They got a pin. 2 guys dead. They're still in there. Alright, German dice. These guys are trying to pass a 1-pin order, but they get the captain's right in there, so they get a -3 to that. So, yeah, -2 order check.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
These guys advance up to the fence, and will lose their 1 pin, and they will fire on that Russian squad that killed a couple of their guys. 11 shots hitting on 4s and 5s between 3 rifles, an LMG, an assault rifle, and an SMG. I misspoke. They need 3s and 4s, so. Holy crap. 5 kills, 1 chance for an exceptional damage. Alright, there you are at half strength now. They've got 1 pin. That'll take a desperation morale. Of course, with their special rule, the Great Patriotic War, if they fail this, they can retake it again. But no worries, the Russians just are so used to losing people, they don't care. Next dice. Oh, more German stuff. MG42 is going to cut loose on these guys with 6 shots in soft cover. Needing 5s to hit these guys because of long range and soft cover. Just another day at the office with these dice tonight. 3 hits. Holy cow. Another pin. They'll go up to 2. That squad's at half strength. They have to take a desperation morale, but they've got their captain right there for a nice little -3 modifier. So desperation morale minus or +1 actually in the end. Once again, the Russians showing the true meaning of the word fortitude. They're just hanging in there with guys getting blown away left and right. These guys are going to advance forward, try to get an angle so they can only get shot at by a couple guys, and try to finish this squad off. They got to pass a -1 orders check.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
Squad advances forward to the fence line, basically point blank range, unloading into those what's left of that Russian squad. With them passing the order, they lost the pin they had. Got to get those squads less than 4 to affect them. So they've got looks like 4 rifles, an SMG, and an assault rifle. 8 shots hitting on 3s and 4s thanks to the close to point blank range. Russian squad takes 5 hits. They'll go up to 3 pins. Russians kind of get lucky. They just lose 1 guy. They are up to 3 pins though. Alright, more Germans. This German infantry unit advanced from behind the barn there, got up next to the fence. They're within 16 inches of those Russian infantry on the far right Russian flank. Well, 12 shots hitting on 4s and 5s because of the range and the advance rules. Continue to roll like a sniper. 8 hits. 3 of the rifles got 6s. That's freaking awesome. These guys are up to 2 pins and to take the 8 hits. 4 killed will reduce them down to 1 guy. 2 chance for exceptional damage. Take their they'll take their light machine gun out with that and just leave the NCO by himself. Oh, 1 is the loneliest number. He's all by his lonesome. This is the NCO that's packing all the weapons though. He's a one-man killing machine. Super soldier. Oh, more Germans. This forward observer can see that building that the Russian infantry are inside. It's going to try to land another mortar round on the roof of that thing and blow them to heck. Fire for effect, my friend. Start throwing shells in the tube. Mortar round lands short. They're making adjustments. Needing a 5 now to hit. 5 or 6. Alright, it's Russian time. This guy's going to order the people's attack. Lieutenant does a snap 2 order and does the inexperienced rifle squad advances forward and fires, and so does the LMG squad that's over there. They're all going to pour their rounds into these guys hiding behind the Vickers house. Good luck, buddy. 20 shots hitting on 5s between everything else. Eight hit on that German squad hiding behind the chicken coop. 4 dead, 1 chance for an exceptional damage. 5 guys with 1 pin. They still got their light machine gun and their NCO though. Russian dice. Russian squad advance out of the building onto the intersection. Gonna fire in the open at these Germans. 13 shots hitting on 4s. I scored 5 hits on those Germans. Didn't see them coming out the front door. Holy crap, they killed 4 of them? Yeah. 1 chance for an exceptional. Not going to be much left. They're definitely taking a desperation morale. Plus, they pick up the pin. Just down to the NCO and the SMG guy. They're yelling for their medic, but he never got the order. He was kind of hanging out. What do I do? And he didn't go up with them. Desperation morale -1. It's all about the fatherland, baby. They're hanging in there. Another German dice. Squad runs down the fence line to the road. They know it's going to be turn 5. They might not make it. They got to try to get to that intersection within 12 inches of it. Well, they'll make it. They'll get 5, 6, and 7, so they should be able to make it. But I don't know what's going to be there when they get there. Getting down to the nitty gritty again. Russian dice. Squad's going to try to rally. Thank the Lord they rallied. They don't have to pay the pin price. Let's see how many pins they get off. Alright, they are pin free, baby. German. Captain advances up behind these men to lend support. Russian dice. Try to pass a 2-pin order and advance forward and machine gun. Spray and pray. Oh, he runs forward. Freaking Sergeant Slaughter. He's going to fire his submachine gun at point blank range at these guys. They will get light cover. He might pull his anti-tank grenade too and just detonate like a suicide vest. Up against the fence, no one gets the light cover. They're basically just leaning on it, shooting each other. 2 shots, seeing 3s to hit. It's unstoppable. Oh, I spoke too soon. Nothing but a pin. Another Russian dice. Russian forward observer looking down the road tries to land a mortar round on those guys down at the end. Oh, she's pissed. Her brother was in the squad they took out. She wants some payback. Here comes the round. Round away, baby. Boom! Mortar round drops in the street behind those guys. We're freaking out. German dice. German veteran first lieutenant advances his 3-man team to the right. They'll fire on the inexperienced rifle squad. Did a snap 2 on his way by. Ordered what's left of this squad to try to pass an order with his modifier to fire at the LMG squad that just roughed them up.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
And he technically should have had 2 pins because he got hit by 2 squads. So he goes down to 1 pin now. Passes the orders test after that passing order test. So they will fire at these guys. 11 shots hitting those guys, 3s and 4s. That MG42 is working overtime. Hits, killing on 4s that pick up the pin too. 3 dead plus the pin. Not terrible. Well, better than nothing, I guess. These guys will have 4 shots hitting on 3s against the inexperienced rifle squad. Two hits. They'll take a pin and lose a guy, and they got to take their inexperienced roll. They are unfazed by them taking fire. They stay inexperienced. And they pick up that 1 pin after losing a man. German dice. Medic sprints through that gate. He's into the pasture, trying to get up here and support his boys without getting captured by these guys. And last dice should be the Russian medic. She's a boss and moves up behind these guys out in the open by the church. She's going to help them win the war. All right, and that's the end of turn 4. What a nightmare. Got the People's Assault kicking off down here against the German squad and the officer down here. Massive street fighting. Love it. Machine guns firing left and right. Bodies hitting the floor like there's no tomorrow. Mortar rounds landing in the middle of the streets. I'll have to give you another angle from that. Freaking superhero, super soldier out there going against what's left of a squad. Germans might be able to take the Russian flank here. They've got to get this squad moving so they can get some points towards the end of the game. Only got turn 5, 6, and 7 left. German captain remains unfazed, hand behind his back, just kind of checking things out. Medic's running all over the place. He saved the guy earlier. It's freaking awesome. Saw them earlier. Downtown's brutal. Those guys are down to 2 dudes. Got that medic in there saving lives. Love her. She's going to do some work. And here's the other side of the People's Assault against the boys in the chicken coop. An experienced squad. Holding tight. Still inexperienced, but getting some combat. They're seeing the elephant now. All right. Off to turn 5. It's that time. Got some dirt on my bag. Doesn't sound good. All right, Russians. All right, this captain's breaking out a snap too. Gonna order. How many people can he do? Hang on, let's see what a captain can do. He's just gonna do that one and that unit there. And let's see what happens. All right, first of all, 3-pin. But they have a +3 bonus from that gentleman. So it's going to be an even order test for these guys. Alright, so those 4 guys will fire at those 2 guys. -2 for the 2 pins they have left. -1 for small teams. Not going to be the easy. Oh, and then +1 for point blank. So just a -2. 5 shots hitting on 5s and 6s. 2 hits, this could wipe them out. Killing on 4s. 2 adjutants with the captain fire their SMGs. They're at 7 inches, so they're going to be a +1 for long range. 2 hits, do they kill them or not? Going up to 3 pins at a minimum. Unit is wiped out. They lose a pin. They lose a die from the bag, and yep, there you go. And these guys are the final unit to be activated by the captain. Snap 2. They're gonna fire down the street at these guys. I'll measure the range real quick. 19 inches. Everything's gonna be at long range. Put away those SMGs. They ain't firing. 11 shots hitting on 4, 5s, and 6s. These guys are hit with 4 shots. They go up to 2 pins automatically. See what kind of damage they take. 2 guys are killed. 2 chances for exceptional damage. You lose 2 guys. 2 riflemen. They're up to 2 shock. That was their desperation morale time. They do get a +3 bonus to it, so just be a +1 roll because of the captain right there.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
They survive. Next dice. Oh no. Border Girl's gonna take her shots, calling in fire. 5 or 6 will hit those guys that just got hit by the squad in the open. They're throwing freaking rounds in the tube. They're going airborne. Oh, they missed again. A little long. 4, 5, or a 6. There's no way that squad's going to be there next turn. All the Russians are getting all the dice. Time for some snap twos. This first lieutenant's going to order this squad to move forward and fire on those guys behind the chicken coop. You need to roll a 9 or less to get this with the modifier from the first lieutenant. Advance forward to the other side of the preacher's house. Unloading. It's a shootout at the OK Corral. 10 shots hitting on 3s and 4s. Baby, they kind of bricked it. Only 3 hits. Time for their desperation morale. They're just down to 2 guys. Machine gunner and the NCO. 2 pins. They do get a bonus from 2, so a straight up morale test for these guys.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
These boys are keeping it together. They're keeping it real. All right, next up, this officer is going to shift behind them and get within 6 inches of the other unit, and then use his second follow me order on these guys. They're going for the people's charge. It's a 1 pin order. They do get a bonus +2, so a +1. Pulling off a charge, so they go with the foo bar. The people's charge fails. They run 12 inches in the wrong direction. All right, maybe they're saving themselves for the end of the game. So it's only turn 5. All right, those guys are up there by themselves now. Here at German time, first lieutenant's going to move forward, and then he's going to order these guys to fire. Even order dice check for these guys.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
5 dice, needing 3s to hit with the MG42 on the chicken coop. Where's he at? There he is. Heating that barrel up. All 5 of them make contact. Let's see what happens besides getting 1 pin. He mows down 3 of them. 1 could be an exceptional. 9 or less on the desperation morale. There's bypassing the close quarters. I mean the cover. They all have SMG. Well, 2 assault rifles and 1 SMG. 6 shots hitting on 2s. All of them hit. Let's see if these guys can take it. Going up to 2 pins. Those guys are straight up killed. Gone. Dice out of the bag. See you later. All right. They're going to try to pass a +1, so they need to get a 10 or less with the captain there. And they're going to assault this guy.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
Dice will be the tough fighters, looking for 1-4. Wonder if they can do it. The Germans rush the super soldier. They've got an SMG, an assault rifle, a light machine gun, and a regular rifle. So they got 2 tough fighters. They straight up kill the super soldier. They got their 1 pin. They're kind of consolidated against the wall. Not too concerned about. And if these guys come around the corner, they're over 6 inches, so they'll unload on them. So it'll be a good close quarters battle there. And a die comes out of the bag. We got 2 out for the Russians and 1 out for the Germans so far. Another German die. These guys advance over the fence and fire at these Russians in the open over here behind the building. These guys just got done working. They're still making sure that super soldier's dead. They're in between, just watching the bullets fly back and forth. Combination of rifles, MG42s, and an assault rifle, hitting on 4s and 5s. 4 hits. They put a pin on them. Let's see if they kill anybody. Have them kick the bucket. Chance for an exceptional. Time for their desperation morale roll. They're not out of range of the captain, so it's going to be a 7 or less. Is that right? Or 8 or less? Oh, let me double check. I'm starting to have doubts. 8 or less. Love it. German. These guys run up the road. Just getting ready for the end of the game. Right now the Soviets are holding the main intersection. Soviet. Guys are going to try to pass a 1-pin order and fire back at them. Too much emotional damage. They go down. Oh, that was bad. Keep their pin too. Oh, Germans. MG42 cuts loose on that squad to the left there. 6 shots hitting on 5s or 6s against those 4 guys. It's moving up to 3 pins. Kill, chance for insane damage, whatever it's called. Chance to pick the guy they kill, how about that? Critical damage. Thing about that is now that's a 3-man squad, so they can no longer score points. So both of those guys are worthless on the intersection. Hey boy, look what we got here. I can't focus. He can see those officers over there. So he's gonna try to hit him with a mortar round. Rounds inbound. Long 5 or 6 next turn. The machine gun is going to go on ambush. He's just going to wait for someone to run in front of him and then blow lots of little holes in them when they make the rush at the end. Another Russian dice. Medic's going to move against the wall of the church. 2 dice for the Germans. Their medic moved out by the officer, the captain, and the captain just went down on the wall of the building, saving himself for the final push on the objective. And that'll be the end of turn 5. Going to turn 6. The penultimate turn, yes. The People's Charge fell apart there. Those guys in the experienced squad shattered, leaving their buddies out to dry who got wasted. The officer of the Russians is kind of pointing, hey, look over there, man. They went that way. But they got an MG42 with a little red dot on his forehead about to blow him away. Over here we got the one of the Russian LMG squads holding the square. Got some support here, but not a lot of point givers. These Germans are hiding in here. They've got 4 guys. They can make a difference. That's the key to this game here. Got that. They got 2 squads closing in. Their mortar guys dropping rounds all over the officer. Their captain's kind of hiding here with the medic, waiting to make an impact. And the Russians got a broken squad back here. And they got their machine gun. And their mortar girl is back here trying to get these guys to do something. All right, turn 6 next up. To the end. This freaking game is awesome. All right, here we go, guys. Woo! Oh, the Russians. The captain is going to activate and do some snap 2 stuff. So he basically snap 2'd the world. He has 3 additional orders. He ran himself over here. He moved that squad out of the road down here out of fire. Moved the machine gun over here to cover that direction, and then pulled that broken squad with 3 guys back here so they can do something. So the Russians are consolidating at this point, looking to try to take control of the Crossroads, setting themselves up for turn 7, making it harder on the Germans. This is going to be like all the dice in the bag. 3 Germans from now on. This Russian infantry squad closed the range with advance order. They're within 8 inches of what's left of that squad there. They're going to unload with everything they got. 14 shots, hitting on 3s and 4s. They take 6 hits, and they'll take a pin, taking them up to 2. One chance for exceptional damage. Their light machine gun in their NCO is now serving as loader. These guys are waiting around the corner for their chance. They are 7 inches away, so that'll make a difference. Another Russian dice. These guys aren't going down like that. They're going to try to pass a 2-pin order, open up with their light machine gun, try to kill as many Germans as possible. Oh, sadness. They fail their order and they go down. Where's the down at? Oh, gosh. I can't. There it is. All right. Sorry, guys. Sad for those Russians. Ah, Germans. Let's get it over with. Placing these guys right back where they were if they failed the 1-pin order. They are within 12 inches, or they were before I moved them, of El Capitan.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
Passes, so they do complete the charge. These guys, they're over 6 inches. These guys will be firing them back at them, I guess. Just 4 shots with the DPM on the way in. Nice, 4 hits. Could kill the entire squad. This would be sweet. Sad face. Kills only a rifleman on the way in. It's like those 3 ones. 1 tough fighter. And... oh, I might have taken an NCO off. Hang on. Grabbed the wrong guy. 2 tough fighters and a light machine gun. Oh, they killed them. They get to consolidate 1d6 inches.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
I was going to make a run into the bottom floor of the inn and then cut across on turn 7 to the intersection. But they get the weakest consolidation ever, and they are standing out there in the open with 1 pin, and they've already gone. Just 3 guys left. Another Russian dice out of the bag onto the death pile. Oh, German time. From the forward observer, those guys did not move back far enough, so he's going to try to finagle around to there. If he hits, it's going to be like bodies hit the floor in there. They're all packed together. Looking for a 6. Mortar time. Cooks off a round and misses. Russian first lieutenant moves into hard cover behind that stone wall. He runs his guys over there. It's a lot better than sitting out in the middle of the street. Oh yeah. Winner here from the inexperienced rifle squad. They're going to try to activate on a 1-pin order. They run through that fence there. They lose their 1 pin. They are close to... they're in range of contesting. All right, big movements, big times for the Russians. Should be all German, I'm guessing. Oh, still 1 Russian left. Who the heck is that? Oh, the mortar. Mortar girl had no target, so she sprints over here, gets eyes on the intersection. To that unit, as well as himself and the medic. The captain and his 2 guys are inside the stables on the first floor, so they're dice down there. These guys ran up to here, and they're getting ready for turn 7. There's 3 dice left. They're all German, so I'm going to move them and show you where they go. First lieutenant, you had a snap 2 order and moved that squad of 2 men to the corner of the building, getting ready to rush next turn. Didn't want to shoot this turn. It's all right. Didn't want to be out there in the breeze. And then the MG42 moved up along the wall. He's got a nice little firing solution down the road at the Russians. And that'll bring the turn to the end. So everything is kind of orbiting around the center here. Russians have 2 full squads close by. Kind of a couple broken squads, a couple off their officers, medic, machine gunners in there. The machine gunner might be pointing the wrong direction. He won't be able to move and shoot, so he might be a non-factor. That was my fault tactically. No one else around here to blame. And then the Germans have got guys here and here. And yeah, so cool. We'll go right into turn 7, finish this bad boy up and get it out to you. Hang on to your hats. I lied. I'm actually happy with the way I had the machine gun. He's be able to chew up these guys the second they come out. He could even shoot them before they move. Yeah, this side of the board is nuts. 5 or 6, if the Germans can get that first dice, they can try to go for the mortar round with a 20% chance of hitting. That's not bad odds. All right, here we go. This is important. This is important, baby. I'm gonna go for it. Mortar fire. All right, best chance they got. Mortar on the horn. You need to be on the radio. Just go ahead and lean over and go, hey man, start shooting. You have a chance to, or didn't really want to go down, but now, well, I don't know. I think they still have to stay up. If I go here, it's like 4 is the most I can get. Maybe, yeah, 4 guys with that 2-inch template. Having a bad day on the Russian front. Oh gosh. 4 guys, anything but will kill. Blown to pieces. They got a 2 chances for exceptional damage. Submachine gunner and the NCO and 2 other guys are killed. 3 pins on those lucky guys. Oh, medic girl really wanted to work, but she can't do anything versus high explosives. Band-aids don't put you back together again when your shoes are on the roof, baby. And your legs. Alright, so those guys are 1 pin, -4 guys. They got 6 dudes left. They're not at the halfway point yet, so no desperation morale. They would take a -1 on that, on top of normal stuff, because of their NCO was killed by that explosion. That was exciting first dice of turn 7. Oh, the Russians. Maxim cutting loose. Well, actually, you know what? He's going to go on ambush. Those guys move in front of him. He'll try to waste them that way. He's on ambush. Germans. They're going to waste no time springing an ambush. They're going to move their 2-man squad out to draw fire and do some shooting. Charge out to their 6 inches. They will shoot, but after the Maxim machine gun wears them out first. The Maxim flicks a switch on his fire control butterfly and wears them out, trying to kill him. Forced to hit with that small teams. 3 hits on these 2 guys. Let's see if they can live. They weren't good students of history. They forgot about the don't charge the machine gun rule from World War I, but they are both killed trying to make a heroic dash. Let's give them the Iron Cross for protecting their first lieutenant, who probably ordered them to go out there. So, probably had a pistol on their back. Germans have a dice put in the death pile. It's 3-2. In the fun game of death. Yes. Oh yes, German time. When you have to kill every single Russian in the street, MG42, accept no substitute. He's firing into that squad there that just got wasted with all the bullets. Oh. Let it fly. Here come rounds downrange. Need 3s to hit these poor guys. They're covered in their buddy's blood. It's terrible. 4 hits into them. Only kills 1 guy, puts a 2nd pin on him. Medic gets a chance to bring that guy back from the dead. Thought she had it there for a second. Her band-aids and Motrin just don't cut it with those bullet holes. Next dice in the exciting game of death. Oh, I feel like kind of sad. These guys are all just running forward, getting slaughtered. This officer to make his charge. He's only able to get within 7 inches of these guys. He's gonna take a shot at him after running. All of his boys have machine guns though, so they don't care about that running crap. 6 shots, needing 4s. It's at least 1 pin on these guys. No cover because they came in from the side. But the officer's like, I think they're coming from over there. Well, 1 guy killed, 1 pin on them. German time. I try to pass 1 pin order and advance forward and fire at that same squad.
Erste Gruppe führt. Los!
They advance forward. Let's see how close they are to the squad. They lose their pin. Exactly 6 inches. They're going to get that close range bonus. 9 dice hitting on 3s or 4s with the soft cover. Close range. 5 hits on the Russians. They're in trouble. One submachine gunner left, so. And they get hit again, like their 3rd pin. 2 men left. I almost forgot the medic was there. She gets 3 chances to save. This girl's on fire. She saves 2 of them. They're still at the desperation morale. They got 3 pins. The captain's right there to get rid of all those. They have lost their NCO. So it'll be just a -1 desperation morale check, which they'll get to try twice because of the Great Patriotic War special rule. They fail it the first time. No pressure. Second check, baby. Okay, boss, they stay there. She deserves a massive MVP. She brought them back to life. Great job, sister. Dice. I moved the mortar explosions because it was a lot going on at the intersection. That bomb wouldn't have stayed forever. Oh, yes. These guys are going to try to pass a even morale test because of the captain right there, or an order test, and see if they can fire at those guys that just charged. Just going for casualties now. Pins. They're going to get 2 rifle shots and one SMG at long range. These guys are trying to go with a bang, not a whimper. Hit all 4 shots. Give them the Order of Lenin. They freaking kill all 3 of them. That squad is wiped off the map. All tied up, 3 order dice apiece. That'll be the deal breaker, or the tiebreaker, if there's an equal number of squads with greater than 4 at the intersection. Back to the purple dice with no Crown Royal in it. Oh, Germans. Kind of a gamey move, but these guys run 12 inches, like not shooting. They are within 12 inches of the intersection, so they're here. Another German dice. Medic runs across the building up against the front of the inn. Just didn't want to show all their cards yet. Now he's in range if anyone gets shot to heck. Russians. The Russian captain's got his 2 SMG guys with him. They're going to fire at 12 inches at these guys. Try to kill off 4 of them. Needing 4s to hit. They get 3 hits. Let's see what they do for kills. They're going to get 1 pin on them. They kill 3 of them. They're going to try to go for the exceptional damage. They're still a scoring unit. So, but they got 1 pin. They lost 3 riflemen. Get down to the nitty-gritty again. Russian dice. Girl's gonna go for the Hail Mary and try to wipe that squad out. Land a mortar on them. Huge, it's a 6 or bust. She's on the phone. Rounds are going outbound. Splash out. Brickashaw, they miss. Oh, by a mile. That would have been nuts, landing a mortar round with a 6. Another Russian dice. Russians stalling. Move medic girl out into the street. No one's going to shoot at her, but if the rifle squad comes out, they're going to be really close to her. That way she can try to keep people alive in both squads. Oh, I'm getting my hand stuck in here. German time. Captain and his 2 guys with assault rifles come out of the barn. What are you doing in there, man? With the freaking animals, man? That's crazy. They're going to fire 4 shots. I'm going to do the measurements. It should probably needing 3s. They're looking to kill 1 guy here to neutralize this squad. Could bring home the victory for the fatherland here. These guys are going to be dodging bullets. Medic's got her band-aids out. She's ready to cure people. It's 11-inch range, so it is long range. We're going to need 4s to hit. 2 hits, it'll raise them to 4 pins. And let's see if they get any kills. That's the big thing. Get 2 kills. There's no point doing exceptional. They're all rifles. Now here's the big one. Sister Christian right there with their band-aids. Can she repeat that and roll 2 6s? Oh, there. She saves 1, but they are no longer a scoring unit, which is kind of huge. Captain's going to be the MVP of this whole disaster. Russians get to go. Inexperienced rifle squad rolls out there for scoring. I don't even know who's left. Oh, I got those officers over there. These 2 guys fire. Well, they're trying to pass a 1-pin order, but it's actually a +1 because the second lieutenant's there. They got a pistol, which is out of range, and a SMG at long range, 2 shots. They passed the order. Remove that. Now let's do the shots. The SMG. Part in the Soviets. They know they lost. Mathematically, they're hosed. All right, let's see what's left. With the bonus from the captain, these guys are going to try to pass a -1 order test. Going to try to kill the officer that ruined their game. You ruined it for us. 3 shots with the 3 pins. They're going to need 6s to hit. 1 hit. These guys are veterans. They have to be killed on a 5. Their medic was just out of range for that one. He was prepared for the other squad getting hit, but they're going to use the last dice. They got 1 pin, they lose 1 guy. And the last dice is German. Squad moves forward 12 inches into scoring position. The Germans will end up having 2 squads within 12 inches of the main intersection. The Russians will have 1. And that's ball game. Wow. Gosh, you gotta love bolt action. What a great game. It's been nitty gritty down to the end. And but yeah, very bloody like you expect on the Eastern Front. It was kind of cool doing a urban battle with no tanks, just infantry, just battling for control of 1 point. Kind of thought of it of my own. I'm sure someone's got it in one of the bolt action things. Bringing everybody on without any pre-placed units was kind of fun. It kind of made like a sandbox, I think, which was fun too. Love all my buildings, even my new Perry Miniatures building. Now, these things are cheap. You can probably get a bunch of these without much expense. But it was kind of nice having a new building on the scene. Always great seeing the Charlie Foxtrot stuff. Colin does an amazing job with all of his models. And yeah, the Warlord miniatures, the bolt action rolls. If you're not playing it, maybe you should think about it, because it's fun as heck. Great rule set, a lot of fun. And I just wanted to get a game under my shoulder. It's under my coat before, or under something. My brain doesn't work. Under my hat, excuse me, until just to get a bit of the rust off, because I haven't played in a little while. And then I'll get Addison down here. I've sent her some tutorial videos from some of your guys' channels for her to watch, and just so she's more familiar and she won't feel like she's screwing me up by being down here, because she's awesome and she's fun to play with. And these games are always better when they're social. So, yeah. But great game, great everything. I really enjoyed it. Hope you guys did too. Thanks for watching. Got a couple new things on over here. I'll be painting in a minute. Get ready for the next Chain of Command game, which is another fantastic World War II system. I bought another KV2 because I love them, and I also love that deal that the Warlord gives you where you get a spur of infantry too, so I get an extra squad. And there it is, man. The Russian tank T-34-85 will be on the next battlefield. A bit more of a 1944 normal tank compared to my KV2s, but I'm a KV2 fanboy. You can yell at me on my videos all I want and say KV2s aren't in 1944. I actually looked them up. There were still some on the battlefield in 1945, so they were, you know, probably they were more of like rear guard and doing nothing, but they were there. At least I was historically accurate, and my love can continue and not be, you know, it's not like it's I've got it out there during the Napoleonic Wars or something. I probably would if I could. But thanks for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. And yeah, you guys are awesome, man. Keep on doing what you're doing and doing the hobby that we love, man. Thanks for everything you guys do. And give me a like, thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't yet. That'd be great. I'm on the charge to 1,500 subscribers, so, you know, it's just a little personal hobby of mine that I'm enjoying the heck out of, and I appreciate all your guys' support. All right, take care, guys. Have fun. See ya.